Fortnite has been around for well over half a decade, and in that time they have added hundreds of features to the game, whether that be items, maps, and game modes, but they can't always be original. Sometimes Fortnite steal things from other things, whether that be by accident or intentionally. Today we're going to discuss some of the times that Fortnite stole things, one of which was last season. But if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe and use code TheBigCraigd in the item shop. Now let's get to it. First of all, we should talk about Fortnite itself. Back when Fortnite was just starting, PUBG actually tried suing Fortnite for apparently copying their game. That being a battle royale game. As ridiculous as that sounds, they actually tried going through with it. Needless to say, the lawsuit was quietly dropped soon after. When Fortnite was just starting, they released some emotes. A lot of those emotes were actually stolen from other things. For example, Fresh and Rambunctious were both emotes that were actually stolen from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I think. Fortnite did get sued for these, and it just so happens that these emotes have not been seen in a long time. However, there was a small window of time where players were able to acquire the Rambunctious emote using a third-party Discord server that would buy the items directly from the item shop API using the V-Bucks in your account. This method was probably unsafe and only lasted around a day, and the players who managed to get it got a very rare emote that will probably never return. Don't ask me where I got my Rambunctious emote from. Following the trend of Fortnite stealing emotes, the world famous default dance was actually stolen from a show called Scrubs, where the guy was dancing to the song Poison. Fast forward a few years later, and Poison is one of the first songs to ever be added to Fortnite Festival. Isn't that a happy ending? Now we all know Apex Legends, right? One of the most popular battle royale games in the world. A direct competitor to Fortnite. Well, during Chapter 1, Fortnite was accused of stealing not one, but two features from Apex Legends and putting them directly into their game. Well, Fortnite has had a ping system for a while now, which allows players to communicate with their team without using voice chat. For example, you could ping an enemy's location to your teammates. Well, it turns out that when Fortnite added that, Apex Legends had a very similar system already in place. And then not long after that, Fortnite added the reboot vans, which worked almost identically to the respawn feature Apex Legends had. Now, did Fortnite intentionally take these features and put them into their game almost identically? We may never know. But we do know that these features made Fortnite a much better game. Without reboot vans, I imagine the population for duos, trios, and squads would be much lower. Skipping forward a few years now, we are in Chapter 2, Season 6. This one isn't really copying, it's more of a cool reference, but I want to include it in the video. In Chapter 2, Season 6, wildlife was added, and the ability to pick up chickens and glide with them was also added. A feature similar or almost identical to this was already in Legend of Zelda. Like I said, I don't think this is really stealing, it's more of just a cool nod than anything. A few months later in Chapter 2 Season 7, we had one of the biggest and most blatant forms of copying Fortnite have ever done. Imposter. The Imposter mode was a murder mystery style game which worked almost identically to Among Us, and it was released near the height of Among Us's popularity. I think it's safe to say that Fortnite did this on purpose. Did they do it to try and steal Among Us's player base? Maybe. But what we do know is that Among Us was not happy with it. Suddenly, Imposters was removed one day, not even a year after its release, and an Among Us collab was put into the game, and those that bought Among Us and spent money in the Among Us item shop would get the rewards for free. Did Among Us force Fortnite to remove Imposters? We may never truly know. While I don't think this next feature was stolen, there's a large portion of the player base which thinks that this was directly stolen from another game, so I have to include it in the video. In Chapter 3 Season 1, Fortnite added the dynamic weather system, which included the lightning storm and the tornado. Many people loved this feature, including me, I loved it, but some claimed that Fortnite stole it from the most recent Battlefield game, which also had dynamic weather. While many people argued over this, the conversation did not last long, as the dynamic weather system was removed in the following season and has not been seen since. Before we get to the final item on this list, I think we should add the advanced movement to the list. Many people have criticised this movement over the years as being stolen from other shooter games like Call of Duty, Halo, or Battlefield. And when I say advanced movement, I mean things such as sliding, mantling, and tactical sprint. Again, I really don't think Fortnite stole this, as literally every shooter game ever has these features, but some people in the community seem to think it is stolen, so it's getting an honourable mention. Finally, this feature was added into the game in Chapter 5, Season 3, that being Fortnite Reload. While there hasn't been much drama surrounding the release of this mode, everyone has agreed that this mode is literally just Call of Duty Rebirth. It is almost exactly the same, down to the core mechanics. I believe that Fortnite was able to get away with this due to the fact that they brought back a lot of OG elements that fans have been asking for a while, such as old weapons and POIs. Well, that's it. Those are some of the most notable times where Fortnite seemed to have stolen things that did not belong to them. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe and use code TheBigCraigd in the item shop for more videos like this one. Did Among Us